What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another Transformers video review. Today we're going to be taking a look at another spooky figure because it's almost Halloween, actually. And as you can see, it is Transformers Collaborative Draculus. So it's basically just Dracula, but as a Transformer. And right off the bat, you can see he turns into a bat. Some pun intended. And he looks really nice, actually. I really like I like how just there's not much detail, really. It's just black and red, and I guess some white in the teeth. But it's just it's nice instead of being like it's a Mind Wipe repaint, and Mind Wipe is like all purple and stuff, and so it's just kind of different, and it looks nice. But there is quite a bit of detail in the wings. There's a lot of molded detail, like plastic and stuff, and it's pretty cool looking in there. There's like gears and stuff. And there's some texturing on like the very inside of his wing. So, and then he has some little feet down here. And the mouth can move a little bit. Not much, but just a little bit. And this part right here is supposed to... Oh, wait, it can't open. Okay, never mind. Sorry about that. I thought that was molded in, but no, that can still open. That's where the headmaster would go, because Mind Wipe is a headmaster. But this figure got rid of that gimmick, so... yeah, that's still there if you care or want that. But before I talk any more about him, I usually don't do this because I usually just, boxes are boxes. But this box is actually very cool because you can't even see it. Okay, hold on. Let me move the camera back a little bit. It is the Collaborative Draculus box. And you can see the ring light. That's kind of funny. But it looks really cool. It's very nice. And as you can see, it is also like a VHS tape. And so there's the back of the box. But when you slide it out, wow. I think that's very cool. I thought I should show that off. And then, of course, there's his box. Like, that's where he's packaged. But I thought that was very cool. It's a very cool, like, I guess feature, but not really like a feature of the figure. It's just kind of like an extra thing. I think Frankentron, the Frankenstein figure from the Collaborative Halloween stuff, same thing, because all the Universal monsters came out in that VHS era. But I just think that's very, very cool. So here he is back again without the box, and as you can see, his wings are a little bit different than Mind Wipe's because there's little cloth pieces at the end, and that's actually a cape. So you can just take that off. And it's like very hard to get on, honestly. But there's holes right here. There's little slits in the cape that just go on his wings on both sides. And you just slide them off. And then back here, there is more slits in the wings, or on the cape, that these little wings go into. And then a little peg thing right here that this hole in the cape goes on. So here's the cape. It's just a piece of cloth with some holes in it. So that's cool. And then here's the bat without the cape. So it's just kind of like more robotic. And then here's his tail, which is actually both his guns and this slasher piece. So I think there's enough talk about the bat mode. There's not much else to talk about other than the back, which is kind of it's okay. But there's like, you can see his hands and his head and like his feet. But so I think we should just get right into robot mode. And before you do that, you have to take off the gun and the cape. Actually, I think you could leave the cape on. It just gets in the way, but I like to take it off. So here's the gun, or guns, because it is actually two guns. There's this little pistol type gun, and then this like double barrel blaster, which also has this little like claw piece. So that's pretty cool. And then the figure itself, to transform it, you first lift up the camera a little bit. It's not that big of a figure, so I'm just going to move it up so I have more room to work. First, what you want to do is you basically untab the leg, or the legs from the wings. I got confused myself because these are legs in bat mode, but they are actually arms in robot mode. And then you just untab the wings because they will untab. And then you want to flip up the head like that. or like that. It doesn't really tab in anywhere except like right there, so it just kind of like sits on the back. Fold down the legs, and then swivel them like that. Bring them down. It's like all at a weird angle, so it's just kind of, you have to figure it out. But you bring it down like that, and then you just fold in the wings all the way on all the hinges until you get the tab into that tab hole, like that, and then flip up the foot. And there you have one leg, and then same on the other side. Like that, flip up the foot, and there you have some legs. And then you want to swivel around the wings, I guess hinge around, I'm not really sure. And then bring down the arms like that. You see they flip around, then around, and then down. And then you flip up the hand. I meant to say wrist, but then I said hand at the same time. So flip up the hand like that. And then flip the head. And you can see right there, there's a little hole, and then, or a plus sign, and it just tabs in that hole like that. And there you have Draculus in his robot mode. He's kind of unstable because his legs are just terrible, honestly. But I like him. He's very cool looking. He has some bat wings right there. Oh my gosh, I didn't realize how unstable he is. But there he is. It's kind of funny I'm using such a bright light because he's a vampire, but whatever. So here he is, just regularly. This is just his base robot mode. And as you can see, he has some nice detailing with, like, it looks like he's wearing a tuxedo. Like the white chest and, like, you know, silver right there and such. I like that a lot. I really like that detailing. Then on his face, he has some nice red eyes and then, whoa, like a bat-looking face. Kind of like animalistic. He has some teeth right there. And then his hands look kind of nice. I don't really like hands that are usually like angled like this. I just prefer like the whole fists, which most figures have, so it's not really a big deal, but it's just like, it's just a thing. But they are still 5mm ports, so you can plug in anything to his hands basically, which is good because he comes with weapons like that. And there he has his weapons. And for articulation, he has a ball joint at the head, so you can get quite a bit of movement out of it. He has ball joints at the shoulders, they can go all the way around. A swivel right there. Double jointed elbow, nothing at the wrists. He has a waist swivel, which is nice. His legs can go out that far, which is very far, and then up and back that far. And then he has a thigh swivel. Then he has a knee bend, kind of hindered just because of the way it's built. And then nothing at the ankles other than like some up and down, but that's for transformation. So, and then his wings can move about a little bit. But yeah, he looks really nice. It's not really a figure I play with really, but it's a nice thing to have for display. And so for the cape, you want to slide it over the wings like that, and then put the hole over the tab from bat mode, like that. And then the bat head kind of gets in the way, so there's just like a little bulge on the cape, which is just kind of annoying. But it still goes on fine. And then you just kind of hope for the best. And there we go. It's like dressing up a Barbie doll. There we have him. It looks good. Really does. I really like the addition of the cape. They didn't really have to do that, but I'm glad they did because it looks really nice. Very Dracula-esque, which is good because, you know, he's a Dracula reference. So there's not much really playability with the cape. It's just a cloth piece, no wires or anything. So it's just kind of like, it just kind of flops around. But you can like move it out of the way, or you can have it like up a little bit so he looks more spooky, and then he can have it like come out, I guess. But not much else to really do with it. It's just kind of there to look cool, as is the whole figure. It's, again, another case of it being a collaborative, so it's basically just a gimmick. Not much play value other than it can transform because it's a Transformers collab. But It's still a cool figure if you have the money. It's not super expensive. It might be right now because it's almost Halloween, but from what I've seen, it's not too bad. So if you're into Universal Monsters and Transformers, which is a very niche group of people, but if you're into either of those things, or you just like collecting Transformers and weird collabs, then, you know, I'd say go for it, because it's a cool figure. Again, same as the Ectotron figure. It's cool. It's interesting. It's kind of just a random thing they did. Same with Frankentron, but this has been my review of the Transformers Collaborative Universal Monsters Draculus, and it's a good figure. So, thanks for watching. Make sure to like, make sure to subscribe, comment if you want, and I will see you all in the next video.